We talking about goddamn why I motherfucking hate jobs, dog. I hate that shit, man. I hate jobs. Why? Because these motherfuckers, they contaminate people where people is noticing that shit or not. Anytime you go up like hiring a job, I mean it's a responsibility, but it's a way that you treat people, and I think even the job, even the policies of the job, where everybody got to wear the same thing, all this shit is some wild shit. Now I understand uniforms, I get that. I honestly I get that. You don't want anybody just but they going all on your hair, your facial hair, and all this other shit, and you got to change your whole image just to fuck with them. And the higher up you go, you know what I'm saying? The meaner the people you have to be. For real, I mean, for real, because all of this shit is really slavery. That's all it is. You can't do what you want. It's the pyramid scheme. You can't, because you don't own. When you're born, you basically born in debt. Why are you way the fuck behind? You're a kid, you don't have no job. You ain't thinking about electricity, water, all this other shit, nigga. Motherfuckers used to could just move close to the shit. Now they got a pipeline all out. For real. They're literally controlling the populations. Through corporations. Corporations run your government. Why? Because money runs your world. Resources run your world. You know what I'm saying? It used to be in abundance, but people don't literally would contaminate it. It's like so that they can control the populace. I don't know, motherfuckers would say, no, they would never do that. Better check this shit out. A lot of places where it be so-called chemical spills, this is fresh water. Oil spills killing the animals. You ain't gonna be able to farm or do shit. You gotta think about it. The way they got this game sold up, that's why I say, man, there ain't no sense in fighting, but you better try to get right with God, man, because you can't fight it. They too far ahead. The people ain't gonna be able to tackle every government, and we ain't as heartless as these motherfuckers. You gonna fire a missile and kill 20, 30,000 people? You gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? We ain't as heartless as these people, man. And that's if we was to topple our own government and take and their evil creation back. That's even if you're able to do that. You ain't gonna be able to do that. And this the worst place to be. America, man, they finna turn all these people into slaves. Let them fuck around. Let these people get the time and let them carry it out this far. They want to see how far they can go. How far can we go with this shit? So we really just pull back the goddamn curtain, bitch. We already in a police state. You seeing these niggas doing drills, then combine with the military. All this shit is going on and ain't nobody paying no goddamn attention. So when they turn you all into just slaves, there ain't gonna be no fight. So cute, you think it's gonna be a fight. It won't be no damn fight. They already got this bitch sold the fuck up. Sold up. They galvanizing all the rest of the food and pinpointing in certain spots. Poisoning the rest of the people. The shit sad. Motherfuckers wonder why I drink. Cause this shit is sad. It really is. I say, well, I don't know what you can do about it. That's not how you stop something that's distant. How you stop a cycle that's been going for 3,000-4,000 years? Probably longer than that. You don't. Notice this nigga, he ain't trying to stop. He's not fighting with the government at all. He's telling religious leaders, y'all are hypocrites. The only thing he ever said to the system or the government was, bitch, what you gonna charge me with? But I'll wait. What is Hey, you can shout out to Jesus. Yahshua HaMashiach. Well, that is not. He wasn't fucking with that. He was fucking with the people. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fucking with the government. Nah. What is he saying? He's saying, give me your sinners. Give me the people that don't understand. Not the actual system itself. He was never trying to attack that. See, now when I talk about Jesus, I'm talking about Jesus. God want the smoke. I am want smoke. He's saying, yeah, dead to the king. Dead to the head, motherfucker. Hey, look, this is what I said. But he left that alone and went straight to the people. That's the whole Jesus thing. That's the whole Jesus thing. He took it away from people in power because he was always getting, was always getting at the people that was in power. Jesus himself just went directly to the people. He bypassed the government. I'm serious. This is some iconic shit right here I'm driving. He bypassed the fucking government and went straight to the people. And it would work now, but see, the whole thing is you gotta think how a king would think. And you gotta think somewhat spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat. We just trying to get understanding. That's all. You know what I'm saying? If Jesus would have made himself a king, he would have had to go to war with all the kings of the earth. So rather than kill the people while he was here, he planted a seed for a future generation. For real. Why? Because God is going to back up off the earth. And it'll be just written on your heart if you guys, you're going to remember these things. But he's backing up off of the earth. That's why he said it's done, it's finished. He say it's done, you have to think about what he was doing. He had to save everybody, but he also had to put all people under the same covenant. And this is exactly what he did. The ones that died, the ones that were alive, all of these motherfuckers. And that's to give you a glimpse of how great God is. He went back and even got the dead. The people that died. This is the whole reason why they were slaughtering lambs and shit. It was a symbolic thing. This is why they were doing it. So Jesus would be slain, and he would come back and get those because they kept his covenant, or even outside of it. You know what I'm saying? Because God was doing a lot of stuff back then. When God say, I made his heart hardened, or whenever God possesses someone, it might not be bad. You feel me? But shit, it might not be good. For real. You think Pharaoh didn't want to just let these people go? No, he wanted to let them go. Probably by like the third or fourth plague. He was like, look, I don't know what that is, but I ain't fucking with it. God made him double down. No, don't take your hand off. It's like electricity. No, don't stop the flow. And since God did that, you know what I'm saying? If you don't look at it, he's covering all of his bases and giving it to his son all at the same time. Which his son is his word. That's why Jesus have a name that nobody can read on his inner thigh. It just, I'm saying, the stuff they be saying is not like it don't make sense. You don't have to twist it. You don't. A covenant is a covenant. Now, how does one covenant end and one covenant begin? And one got to be law. The first one you failed. You say, well, no. People say, well, places still flood today and all. Look, this is not the whole world. God's word is so potent, it couldn't stop if it wanted to. Y'all would literally have to stop it, like, because his word that potent. Think about, the best way to see it is man's years. When God say, no man ain't gonna live so long. See, and that's another one where they try to prolong your life. They try to beat God in some way. The whole aspect of never dying is trying to beat God's aspect. I don't think people understand this shit. And people can't listen to me because they feel like, you know what I'm saying, you were drunk, you were this, you were that. Didn't he say, he said he would go through a drunk. He said he'll go through anybody that'll tell it. It's in entirety. I don't think about this shit. Some kind of way I just know it. And I'm telling you, try me. Try me. Go back and look. See if I'm not right. Since y'all read that thing more than I do. See if I'm not right. See if I'm lying. Not lying. All of this is plausible. Very plausible. So plausible, it's probably the truth. So I be sending shout outs like, for real, if you don't believe me, ain't nothing to beat me, but don't expect me not to come back with the real. Don't just think I'm a programmed person, dog, because I ain't. And I understand it. The reason I say the devil didn't fall then, it was all a prophecy, is because they say all people, the only person that ever went in the past was like Moses. Everybody else is speaking towards the future. Jesus pinpoints this. He says all of these people, they spoke of the future. I am the present. I am now. So he's nailing time down for you. And he says, even now in heaven they were. Because they were. You don't need Satan to create governments. That's not. No, because it was angels here before then that fell. But they got tied down. God tied all of them down. They made them mad. But you don't need Satan to. Satan is, he just came in with all the goddamn pieces on the board already. And don't think he ain't been influencing them along the way. Whom he made devour, man, he was already on the earth doing this shit. When you say devour, it's like eat or take over your mind. And I'm gonna tell it. People really want to know. It started from just my depression of life, but God started talking to a nigga, and this is why. This is why. It's more than that. It's the whole thing. It's the whole setup. The whole setup is going to hell. Nah, because when you think about lying and fooling people, who does it better than the government? Who has all the power? And they finna link up if they haven't already, man. But that's here nor there, man. This is why that Jesus says these things. Because they were warning heaven then. He said, son, just sit right here. My right hand. And put your enemies at your feet. Michael and win the war. Throw Lucifer from heaven. Another thing, I don't see, you know what I'm saying? That's like in your mind, that's like what Hollywood thinks or some shit. No, you got to see it for what it is. He's going to tell them the truth. They're going to run from the truth. Like all that shit, every lie going to be unmasked, and they're going to be scared, folks. At this point, they either going to run or they're going to have no choice but to fight. But I don't see it as a sword. I just don't see it as that way. That's Hollywood. His simple voice could flatten mountains. Calling the earth to attention. That's the real shit. You looking at it as a sword. No, I'm looking at it, he's just going to speak. It's going to happen. Everybody just think it's going to be some kind of epic battle. Jesus doesn't need no help, man. You ain't got to fly around with a sword. He don't need no help. He now has the power of God. And the backing of I am. So it's a done deal. If they're there, they probably won't have to do nothing. For real. That'll be, if you look at it, that'll be the first time Jesus actually exercises his power. Because remember, he was using I am's power the whole time. That's why he said, on behalf of my Father. He is now an entity. His word was never, I don't think, an entity. You don't hear Jesus. But Jesus existed because he is the word. So at this point, what I'm believing, and if you want to fight me on it, you can. God was the action of God. But nah, that might not fit. Because who was it that Moses first tithed the 10% to? But even then, he wasn't a king that was located. He was a king that just came and then disappeared. For real. He wasn't a king that you could just go, okay, we're going to go over here, he's going to be over there. He wasn't that type of king. So it might work. Like I said, it's the action of God. Jesus is actually when he took, God I am took his action, his word, and put it in a body on earth. It's almost like fixing both heaven and earth from earth. And why? Because you see I am moved as soon as Jesus arrives. All right, we tired of this little rebellion in heaven. We tired of that. They get cast out. They've been fighting this whole fucking time. Or either that or trickery was going on. Because you got to remember, he took a third. How do you just take a third? You don't. You convince them. This took time. You convince them to leave. He lied. You got to think about it, man. He lied to him. It was exactly what he did. You got to understand how valuable a lie would be if it's the very first and no one ever lied. No one in heaven ever lied. No one on the earth ever lied. He's the father of a lie. God didn't deal with it. If you look at it and you mirror it, you know what I'm saying? Jesus and Judas, God and the devil. Even though Judas could have possibly been saved. Why? Because it's not that he wasn't able to get out of that. It was destiny. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about destiny, that's what they mean. It was destiny. This is why Jesus goes to hell in the first place, because some people was locked in. They really didn't get a chance to choose. Let's just say that. When they were born, they was just locked into a destiny. They was locked into it. That is not today. They was locked into it most of the time because God said they were. Jonah got swallowed by a whale. When you're faced with death, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, but they did the work. You know what I'm saying? They did the work. Straight up. Whether it was evil or where it was not. This nigga wanted to let them people go. He couldn't. They was locked in. Jesus went to hell. Ain't no telling who he grabbed. But it also says he did the same thing he did in hell on earth. He preached. Those that believed in the covenant want to leave. This is why it's not on fire. That's his ultimate judgment, is to be thrown into a lake of fire, but it's not on fire, dog. Stop twisting what it's saying. If hell being on fire is its ultimate judgment, then everything else is a prophecy. And Jesus don't speak on hell that much. He speaks more on salvation than hell. And it's these people that are telling you about hell that speak of prophecy. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just ride with your boy. Ride with your boy. Can you understand that? These are all prophecies. Why? Because Jesus pinpoints the time. I am the present. So what do you find everybody else speaking on if Jesus is the present? The future again. They go right back to speaking of the He just nails it down for you.